We are live.
Roll this burp into the mic. That's how you start a podcast off right. What is up, y'all? In the guard here, coming off the heels of UFC 272. Covington, Masvidal, the grudge match that was
didn't look grudgy.
Didn't look grudgy. I mean, it wasn't this blood feud. Where was all the blood?
At least
at?
not until the last 15 seconds of it.
I mean, I kind of expected this. Honestly, I think we all did. This is how it's going to go down.
Yeah,
Colby Covington just smothering. You thought maybe with the whole grudge match that it might make him want to fight a little bit more. And he did sit in there and strike with him somewhat. And he was looking good up there. But anytime Masvidal landed something, he's like, I'm taking this down to the ground. I'm going to smother this guy and not give him a shot.
It kind of goes to show that I've watched Masvidal in his last few fights. He's not the best counter puncher. When he's on his heels, he's not. Yeah,
he's a hammer.
He's more, I'm going to go and hammer you and knock you out like he did Till and Cerrone and all them. Like when he's on his back foot and he's getting pressured, he's not.
However, even in round 4, after all that grappling, he hit that fucking chin and he put Colby down. He was too tired to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Colby was in trouble at the end of that fight. A la Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz, right? Very similar. But this whole thing reminded me so much of Rampage and Rashad. All the shit talking, all this, I'm going to fuck you up, you a bitch, this and that. And you sit there and cuddle for 5 rounds.
We got to see what they sold. How many buys? Didn't we say? I was like 500,000.
Yeah,
you're like in the 700,000.
I guarantee that. It's at least 500,000.
Yeah.
That's a bad pay-per-view selling. But
I don't know. It's just
both these guys. I mean, all we know is neither one of these guys could beat Kamaru Usman, right?
And one of those fights you get excited for, and then you're just kind of like, I got to sit here for 25 minutes.
It had its moments.
It
did have its moments, but again, it was a Colby Covington fight.
Yeah,
it was what we thought.
And he's going to be the best in that division next to Usman.
No, he's not.
You think somebody's going to beat him? Who?
Are you kidding?
Hamzat?
But without a doubt. Hamzat Chimaev is going to fucking make Colby Covington look like he should be fucking fighting at lightweight. He's going to throw him around.
He will be much bigger.
He's going to be much bigger than him. He's going to be way better on the feet. Hamzat is going to fucking clown. That's why Colby's asking for Dustin Poirier. He is not saying nothing about it. He thinks Hamzat needs more wins, even if he beats Burns.
They're all saying that.
Even if he beats Burns, who's number 2.
Yeah.
Again, Colby Covington does not want no part of Hamzat Chimaev. Neither does Kamaru Usman. Usman's trying to duck him too. So I think Usman's waiting for Luque and Bilal. I want the winner of that fight, which is another one. I would see Vincente Luque versus Colby Covington. That'll be a tough challenge for him as well. Jorge Masvidal, the fight I want to see him have is fucking Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they all said Conor wasn't big enough at 170, but I think he's perfectly fine.
I don't think Conor's going to get down. He might have that 155 title fight. We all think it's coming, right? But I think he's looking fucking big.
He's like 192 right now.
He's big. He's looking big right now. So I think 170 might be more where he wants to be.
Yeah.
After he loses to Oliveira.
Yeah, Oliveira beats him.
Well, let's go.
Although Oliveira is, we'll talk about that when it comes up.
RDA and Moicano, kind of a one-sided.
At least for 4 rounds of it.
Yeah, I mean, Moicano, props to him. Short notice fight, took a shot, tried to make a name for himself. But RDA kind of reminded the world what he is. He's been gone for a while, hasn't fought a lot, and I kind of want to see that Islam fight now.
Yeah, he's very well rounded. Mixes it up well too. That's
Moicano may not be a world champion in the future, but he is not a slouch.
Yeah,
and Dos Anjos went through him like a hot knife.
I think it's just RDA's instinct. Like he knows when to chain things together. He knows how to put it together to make it an MMA fight.
Props to Moicano. He is MFL approved. He could take a fucking beating. He was not this there. He wasn't doing Dan Hooker. He was not Dan Hooker showing up on short notice just to get a quick paycheck. He was in there fight. He could have checked out a few times, could have thrown the towel. He stood in there, left eye almost completely shut closed. Goddard was on it. The doctor was brought in a few times, and he made it all the way to the end, get that decision.
Goddard says, give me 30 seconds to turn his trying. He gave him all 5 minutes.
Yeah, so did this one get a bonus?
I don't know. I hadn't seen
this. He should got a performance bonus for short notice taking that. I know he didn't perform that well, but man, he fucking deserves something.
Bryce Mitchell, he cooked the goose.
It was. I mean, the last 3 fights were Grapple City, right?
Yeah,
100%. Bryce Mitchell looking like Khabib in there.
And then has Barboza worried about the takedown and lays him down with a left hand.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, I mean, Khabib was never the best striker, but you were so afraid of that takedown. He left you open a lot, and he was able to land strikes. Same the story. And Barboza was making that same face he made with Khabib, where he's like, looking up, I want out of here.
Barboza's on his way out, and Mitchell's on his way in.
Bryce Mitchell is so good in his positions, holding strong. 145. He's going to be interesting in that weight class going up.
Yeah.
There's nobody else really like that.
He's going to the top 10, right?
Yeah. Who do you give him? Maybe maybe a Josh Emmett type fight.
Ooh, that's tough.
He's gonna be a top 10 with him.
What is it?
145.
Featherweight.
With Volkanovski.
Yeah, they're Volkanovski.
Or
Giga.
you want to give him Giga?
Giga.
You give him Giga, he's gonna fucking maul Giga.
Yeah.
But I mean, Emmett's right in there. He might not be getting the Ige fight. That'd be kind of a small jump up. But
It gets interesting from here, though.
If he beats anybody ahead of him, he's one fight away from getting a title shot.
And what happens when Hooker's dropping down? He beats Allen, or Allen beats him. Hooker hangs out at 145 or quits. What? You don't know.
Cater's floating around still.
Yeah.
Got ears up there again. Yeah, if you give Bryce Mitchell Giga, I think he fucking strangles Giga.
I mean, he'll get him down.
I think he fucking mauls Giga and puts him to sleep.
Giga's cardio ain't shit. So.
Barboza, maybe time. He had your moment in the sun. That might be time to ride off into that sunset.
Yep.
All right, Kevin Holland, Cowboy, Oliveira.
A reserved Kevin Holland, right? First debut fight at the welterweight. Looked good. Looked good shape. The weight cut wasn't too much for him. Versus a veteran and Cowboy who this fight had me a little bit nervous. And Cowboy won round one.
Yeah, but I mean, Holland did what he was supposed to do.
Holland
he almost didn't do it.
He got dropped.
He got dropped.
He got dropped by Cowboy. Again, Cowboy is that guy though. He's in every fight until he loses it.
Yeah.
He's never just a total slouch in there. He knows what he's doing. He's a veteran versus a guy who needed to win. Kevin Holland needed to get off that snide. He went from being my fighter of the year to being my dud of the year in 365 8 times. So down at 170 again, I think he's a real interesting challenge down there. He's been used to fighting bigger guys, so even when he does get up to those grapplers like Colby and Usman, they're not going to throw him around like Derek Brunson, right? They're not going to be like Marvin Vettori.
You wouldn't think, but
I have to believe that Marvin Vettori and Derek Brunson would be able to manhandle.
There's quite a few of those guys that probably could fight middleweight though at 170.
I mean, but Brunson and Vettori aren't two of them.
No,
those are some heavyweights. Maybe those guys are big as fuck. So again, Holland gets that knockout win and moves on. I think next you give him a ranked opponent because he's already ranked at middleweight, right?
Yeah, which would be what is it?
185 is Izzy's.
170.
So he's 170 now.
Usman,
Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's the fight.
Give him
or Ponzinibbio.
Zhang Liang.
If you want to be an asshole, give him Shavkat. But no, Zhang Liang. Now, I think the Jeff Neal fight or Santiago Ponzinibbio will be a fun one. To stand up with him and throw with him. Keep him away from Hamza or Chiesa. Yeah. We don't want to see those ones yet.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling here. What was next on the card? Oh, Greg Hardy.
Is the experiment over?
It's got to be.
It has to be.
It's got to be. I mean, Spivak is low end of the. Is he ranked still?
No, Spivak's not ranked.
He was ranked for a little bit. He's been around that 15 and lower. Again, this is the lower end of the heavyweight contenders, and if you look towards that 10 to 15, it's not really impressive names.
No.
And Hardy, every time he gets close to it, he gets fucking iced. He
got smoked.
He got smoked. He's about to fight the doctor.
Yeah.
he's like, well,
Spivak's got win over Bam Bam and Bam Bam, right?
Did he?
Spivak's beat Bam Bam, I think.
Spivak's got some good wins for sure.
Yeah,
he
he's
beat,
not terrible.
He beat Vandera, I know. He beat, obviously, now Hardy. What did he do his last fight? He lost to Aspinall. Fucked him up.
Yeah. But I think he's won.
Olenek.
He beat Vandera. He beat Philippe. He lost to Tybura.
Where's his Bam Bam?
Yeah, he beat Bam Bam.
Yeah,
he subbed him, I think.
He subbed him, he did.
And he got knocked out by Walt Harris.
So I mean, he's got some names under his belt. I mean, Jeff Hardy. Greg Hardy is just not an MMA fighter.
No.
Like he's sitting there, came in looking kind of soft too.
Well, he cut how many? 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he's like Francis deflating muscles. Like he just looked like he was a fat dude that didn't want to train.
Yeah.
So he's actually 7-6 right now because they're not showing this fight.
Yeah, and all his wins are against guys we don't know.
Yeah. Amateur league.
Yeah, even when he was beating the crochet boss. Yeah. Jorgen De Castro, Volkov is probably his best performance. And wasn't that the one where he was taking the fucking? No, which one was he taking the
his first fight, wasn't it? Like ever?
Yeah, no, that was his first fight ever. Was when he got DQ'd. The no contest. That's when he.
Was it against Sassoli?
Yeah, Sassoli. Ben Sassoli.
Yeah.
He was taking his little ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done. I don't think he has any bit of a draw anymore. It's time to go. The experiment's over. He has shown no improvement in grappling whatsoever.
All right, let's move to the undercard.
This is a fun fight while it lasted.
Well, we knew this was the fight. It's who's going to land first, right? Two brawlers, two big dudes for 155. Jalen Turner, who started off slow, But he's starting to find his footing.
Because Malarkey's big for that division. And Jalen was much bigger than he was.
And Malarkey's tough as shit. And Jalen was rocking him from the start.
Yeah, Jalen ate him
Anytime
up.
Jalen touched him, Malarkey had big reactions, bleeding early, and
seemed to be enjoying it though the first few bits.
couldn't finish in round one. Came close a couple times, ended up getting it done in round two. So again, on to the next one. I don't think this is a huge fall off from Malarkey. Turner's no slouch, right? They're both on the same level right now. So give him time off, come back. Turner time to give him towards those ranking guys. He's huge for 155.
He's big.
He's huge for 155.
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3", and he's starting to find his footing. So I put him onto a ranked opponent.
All right, Marina Rodriguez.
Man, close fight. I don't know.
This one was tight, man.
Yeah.
This one was real tight. It's one of the tough ones to call. Split decision, obviously.
Could have gone either way.
It's one of the, and I love the fucking play devil's advocate decisions, but this one again, whoever they end up calling, I had trouble making a decision myself.
Yeah, I thought
those rounds were so damn close.
Yan Xiaonan, I thought one did enough.
Round two was sketch.
Yeah.
Round two was very, very close. I think round one, Yan came out, established it. She was in control. Round three was definitely Marina's round. That second round where that discrepancy comes in. I just think that Marina had a little bit more in it. But again, if you tell me Yan won that fight, I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die on that hill. But Rodriguez moves on. I mean, she's
got to be getting close to the title shot.
Was this 125 or 115?
115.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so she waits for the Esparza Namajunas winner if they ever announce that fight.
Or do we make her and the Polish princess?
Yeah, if she wants to fight.
It'd be a money fight, right?
I'd watch it.
Either that or, she stays in that part of the world and fights Weili.
Well, we'll get to I think there's a Weili fight in the works right now that I'll bring up.
Is there? Huh, that's interesting.
All right, let's.
But she's right outside the title shot. She's beating everyone they put in front of her.
And here's another interesting, because there was a point taken from Kennedy, right?
And he still won every round, right? According to who was Del Mato?
Well, he had a point was taken from him, and he still had 30 points. So if Saudi Mato gave him all 3 rounds, he has to take a point, so it should be 29-27. There's no way he can get a score 30.
This was a shit
so
fight anyway.
God.
This was so fucking boring.
Kennedy won this fight.
I'm sure.
At best, it's a draw, or at worst, it's a draw.
It was a split decision, so pretty close being draw. He did get the eye poke, and he was poking his eye a few. That point was late, and after he did already hit it a couple times. So that might have been his best offense. This is a fucking low level MMA fight.
It was bad, but Kennedy was jabbing him up, I thought, for the most part.
Numbers look in his favor for sure, but you can't poke people in the eyes. You can't poke people in the eyes.
And you can't leave it to the judges.
Right. Especially after you get a point off. This was a fucking ass shaving, right?
Yeah.
This is the other grudge match.
Agapova's another one who hasn't improved her grappling.
Not even
and
close,
was sucking wind. She
That-
couldn't even stand up for the announcement at the end. She's like,
Marina Rose, maybe fighting a little bit extra with what's going on in Ukraine, right? She fucking just looked possessed, walking through everything, getting to Agapova.
everything. There was nothing thrown.
No, Agapova hit her a few times
Did
as
she?
she
I
was
don't
coming in,
remember much.
and then also she reversed her in that first round.
That
too,
I do remember.
And then so there was some points where she fought through some adversity herself, and round 2 took right back over where she left off, and then they never came back up.
Agapova's just a hype train. And
She's young too, though. She's like 23.
She might be stubborn. She might be stuck in her ways.
She's 23 years old. Like that. That's so. What were you doing at 23?
Not this.
Exactly. She's 10-3 professional martial arts at 23 years old. There's a whole. You got people like Charles Oliveira out there.
It might
That
become a mental thing, Yeah, that's true.
It's early on. You're taking these L's. This what happens when you get to the UFC early.
Yeah.
She's young as fuck. Again, she's not a finished product. She does have skills.
She's got good hands, good striking. She better
And
do some
honestly,
wrestling for a while.
grappling's the easiest thing to learn. If you can strike like that,
Keep them from taking you down. Shit.
Grappling's a lot easier to learn than striking.
Just spend a whole camp working on the fence, underhooks, pummeling and shit, I guess.
On the flip side, too, there's not many women that fight like that.
Yeah.
So how, it's all about matchup styles make fights. So, if the most, especially with this 125.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a stand up and bang division. So does she really need to train it that much? As long as she stays away from Marina Rose.
Well, let's go to early prelims. Brian
the minus
Kelleher.
118, the minus 1800 favorite.
Almost
Umar.
a minus 2,000 favorite. Well,
It looked like minus 1800. I mean, shout out to Brian Kelleher taking this fight. I forget. Would they say he had like 8 fights in the COVID era?
something like that.
He had some of the most. I know he's been the COVID hero in UFC that's been taking fights left and right. Versus Khabib, who back-to-back fights was running the corner, getting his most cardio in since he retired, right? His cousin Umar. This is a spacey one-sided.
It was an ass kicking.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about except for Umar dominated.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Tim Elliott.
This is a fun fight. And
Another
then
close
before the card started, I was like, man, Tim Elliott makes me nervous. This guy's a crafty veteran. He's been there with everybody from Mighty Mouse to any great 125er. Tim Elliott's been there with.
It was definitely that round 2, though, how they saw that go down.
He was never going to be nervous.
Yeah.
He was not going to be intimidated by Tagir, and he showed it the whole fight. Was standing right in there with him, talking shit the whole time.
Taking him down at will, it seemed like.
Tim Elliott fights so strange.
Yeah.
His way he stands there, the way he moves, it's just a unique thing. And he came out strong, busted up Tagir. It was a headbutt, though, right? That cut him?
I think so.
It's an headbutt. And edged out a decision late in the fight. And again, good for him.
I mean,
James Krause, man.
His Instagram handle is awkward MMA. So.
It's fitting. It's fitting. So, yeah, Tim Elliott holds on to that position. Tagir falls off of the rankings, which is not too
He's
good.
got to learn to stay on the gas.
Yeah.
Man.
This is another fun fight.
Smith,
Yeah.
Klein.
It's another good
Klein
fight.
on short notice.
Klein came in on short notice that he wants to fight. He was kind of on
Only
a
wants to take
losing
short
streak.
notice fights.
Devontae Smith seemed like he didn't come out ready to go.
He seemed nervous. He had nervous energy.
But when
Big
he
show.
turned it on, he looked really good. The
Yeah.
points where he was coming in, shooting hard, being aggressor, going first, he looked strong in this fight. So I could see the potential in there.
Maybe that malarkey stuff's still in his head.
That could be
You
it.
know?
Yeah, or maybe he just was not used to. I mean, a lot of these guys is the first time fighting with fans.
Yeah.
You know, I've never fought in stadiums. A lot of these guys made their name during the COVID era, so it's their first time making that real walk, seeing all these people walking. So and they have to make that adjustment period. Because again, when he turned it on, he looked good. That's like it became a split decision. But I do think Klein should have won this fight.
Yeah.
I think he.
he did.
I think he. But it was one guy gave it to fucking. Gave it
I
to
think
fucking
Klein at
Devontae.
least won 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Maybe Smith gets 2.
All right, first fight of the night, Dustin Jacoby.
Jacoby doing what Dustin Jacoby does,
How many's
right?
that in a row for him now?
I think it's 5 out of 6 with a draw in the middle with
Yeah.
with I always call it the most impressive draw of all time
Yeah.
when he got 10-8 in round 1 against fucking the beast Kudalaba, and then he came back and won the next 2 rounds after fucking 10-8. I think he got taken down 10 times in the first round.
So do they give him somebody top 15 now?
I think he should, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
like see where he's at because he's a little bit older, right? It's time to see what he's.
yeah,
gonna
because he
do.
left and came back too,
he's
right?
Like 33, 34.
But I mean, the guy is sharp. He doesn't do. I mean, his kickboxing is solid. That's his background. He's where he's decent with his grappling and serviceable.
Jacek, 205. Huh.
I think Jacek should go down the middle. We talked about that yesterday. He looked very small next to Dustin Jacoby, who is not even one of the bigger light heavyweights either. He's just like a run-of-the-mill light heavyweight side. Jacek looked like he can cut down that 205, and I think, or 185, I should say.
They look 2 weight class different.
They did. It looked like a heavyweight versus a middleweight. That's what it looked like yesterday.
It's some sharp boxing though.
And he was in the fight early too. I think he won round 1.
Yeah.
But Jacoby does what Jacoby does. He stays in the fight, keeps it close, and then he ends up edging out at the
Good
end.
gas tank.
Yeah, nonstop.
Well, that's
Pretty fun card.
It was a solid card.
272.
It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the worst, but it had its moments.
How do we do on our picks or DraftKings?
I think you should lead this off.
Well, I
Yeah.
think Drake should lead this off with his $275,000 loss.
Well, now my night's not that bad, right?
Yeah. God. I mean, that's chump change to him though.
That's not tough change
Drake
for
loses
many people.
270.
No, for him
Well,
it
he
is.
just bought a $50 million house in L.A. Like this week, or maybe
How much
maybe it
could
was
Drake
70
realistically
million?
be worth, though?
Well, so it came out that somebody said he made like $50 million this year. So then he went and bought a $70 million house. But he's also got some like 30,000 square foot house in Toronto he built last year. So I don't know. He's got to be the top earning hip hop
170
guy
million.
right now.
I feel
right?
like he could go broke though. Like he's not
I
that
mean, if
rich
he's
to where
doing-
he can't go broke.
If he's doing things like that, he probably could. Yeah.
I mean,
But how much stuff does he
like
have on
he's
the
not
side?
like these.
what's broke? He's never not going to be a millionaire, right? Like, I just don't see
You don't
him
think he can
ever-
hammer it? He can MC Hammer it?
No.
Are they making that? Because MC Hammer was making tons of money back for that time.
I mean, you just
He
think of the
was
amount
super-
of interest they can make off the dollar in the banks. Like, I mean, there's got to be.
The dollar's not looking too good right now. But anyway, again, MC Hammer was pretty filthy rich for that time. Mike Tyson was filthy rich for that time, and they all went broke.
Yeah. Well,
you keep betting on George Masvidal for a fucking $250,000 plus. Those go away quick.
I mean, but now also think of it like $275,000 is a lot of money. What would be, compared to what he's worth, like what would that be a bet for us? A couple grand? When you can take, his net worth versus any of our net worth, like maybe on our side it's a, $5,000 bet, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
To us.
How many of those you can lay down in a month?
Generous,
but, what would that have turned him in, gave him, $750,000 or something like that? It was 3-1 or something like that odds. So, I don't know. Nobody's looking to Drake for betting advice when it comes to MMA. Right? Like, not the thing. But Jody did have a good night.
Yeah.
I hit a 7-leg parlay that, let's see here. I'm going to pull it up.
How did you construct that 7-leg parlay? Was that off our straight picks?
That was all straight picks.
So, yeah,
it was
go, guys.
all straight picks.
We were both pretty good. I went with Masvidal at the end, just trying to get one back, but I didn't really think he was going to win. I think he edged me out by one pick this week.
Yeah.
Well, what was nice about a lot of these straight picks were like, I put Umar. He was minus 1,000, right? That was just easy to put him in there. But like Spivak was minus 180. Bryce Mitchell was minus 160. RDA was minus 170. And
there's a lot
Covington.
of really good deals in that sports book when you look back at it.
Yeah.
Like all three of those guys at the minus 178s probably could have been minus 250s.
Right.
Minus
Absolutely.
300s
So,
easily.
those 160, 170, 180, those three right there already give you plus good money.
Because those two guys
right?
grapple like a
Dos
motherfucker.
Anjos was only 170.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
he looked like a minus 300, 400.
Right. So
Favorite.
I cashed
Jalen
that.
Mitchell.
I put a $44 bet, brought me $432.
What about your Moicano bet?
I did put $10 on Moicano in the middle of the fight.
That was
It was what,
most
plus
interesting.
1,200 or something.
Jody's like, I just want to
I just remember round 5 when he clipped him. Like, it might happen. It might happen.
Just like,
I
I'm gonna
did
burn a
put
Hamilton real quick.
$10 on plus 1,200. You
I had that same parlay as Jody did, except I had one more leg, but I cashed it out halfway through. I fucking didn't hold it down.
Well, I also
cashed
had
out the Spivak.
a 3-leg with Colby, Bryce, and Kevin Holland, which was plus 200, but I got a 20% boost on it.
Oh, nice.
So that $50 got me $150, and then Aljamain Sterling's picks. He had Kevin Holland and Bryce Mitchell both to win, which gave a boost at plus 120. So a $50 bet got me $100. So at the end of the night, I pulled in like a $500 profit on some pretty big bets. But I mean, I will say I also had laid a couple I had a $5 bet on Masvidal to win in the first 60 seconds and the first 2 minutes. So I put 5 on both. That was plus $2,500 each. I felt like,
oh damn,
maybe this is another Ben Askren freak.
Yeah,
He went for that kick out the gate.
Yeah.
He went for that jumping front
I
kick
take
right
that
away.
back. It wasn't Masvidal specific. It was just the fight to end in the first 2 minutes. Because I thought, these two could just go in there and start banging.
Yeah.
And you never know, somebody gets clipped. But that 7-leg paid out. I had a 2-leg. I put $30 on Umar and Tagir both to win. And, of course, Tagir shit to bed. And but it was a good night for Jody.
There's always
Jody
one of them
made
that do.
Jody go. What did you guys do on picks?
Tony, I think, edged me out by 1. I think we're even going into the main, and I had Masvidal.
Okay.
Because I wanted to try to pick up ground.
Because I took Malarkey, yeah?
Yeah, and I had that's the only other. Everything else we picked the same.
Okay.
So we were 1-2. Yeah, I was off. 1-2, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, 9-3. I'm 9-4. You're 10-3.
Good night.
So that's it. And our whiskey and wages looking pretty solid too. I was 3 out of 4, and I was 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
I had Devontae Smith money line minus 165. That was a split decision. He almost took that one out. I had Turner Malarkey under 1.5. That hits. Holland by TKO plus 110. That hit. And Spivak and Hardy under 1.5 at plus 120. That also hit and went through.
Nice.
On the DraftKings, what you got? You had a couple of. Was your 2 out of 3 you hit?
So I had Nagamuranu underdog at plus 110. Or no, plus 115.
115.
And then I had Umar Kelleher doesn't go to decision at minus 110.
Yeah.
And then I had Covington to win by TKO, whatever, plus 350, but it didn't hit.
No, came close a couple of times. And then DraftKings, it was a Chop City day. I had 3 separate 6-for-6 lineups, including the second top lineup at 740, whatever that shit was. Or was it, so lucky to split like $6.
Yeah, two 6-for-6s for me. Got me. I broke even.
Yeah,
so it takes a lot more now than that 6-for-6.
I actually took a little bit of L on the DFS side, but I did well with the book with all the bets, and I had a couple other off the charts. And I had that rolling parlay with you, but I should have fucking stuck it out. I would have like tripled what I fucking made.
I should probably just play more than 12 lineups, and I probably would take one down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
know.
I mean, it was getting towards the end there. I could have cashed out for like 200 or 250. It's like, oh man, it was no guarantee Masvidal was going to get this thing done, and even RDA fight. It's like he hasn't been in the ring for a while.
Yeah, that was really. I was really impressed at what he did out of there. And I was not really. I thought he would win. I was more confident in him, but I was afraid of Bryce Mitchell. After there's some landmines in there that could happen.
What about RDA now? What does he do? Where does he go? Does he get the physique fight?
I want to see him fight Islam.
Yeah, no, I said scratch the Islam Dariush shit.
Go Dariush and Fiziev.
Yeah, Dariush and Fiziev, and let's go Islam and RDA.
I want to see that fucking fight now. I want to see. I didn't want to see it before.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about that fight before. Not even because of the whole shit talking, but after seeing what RDA did in that cage, I want to see if Islam can maul him like that. I'll be all about that.
All right, well, let's go to the next fight. I think this is this Vegas 50?
50, yeah.
50.
Lucky number 50.
Santos, Ankalaev.
Starting at the main event, I think we both see this main event going the same way.
Yeah, I just can't decide if there's going to be a finish or it's a decision because they're both kind of slow output.
I just think it's going to be a very fucking thunderous knockout by Magomed
You think he'll knock him
Ankalaev.
out?
I think he's going to fucking put Santos to sleep. I think Magomed is on a fast track for that title. He probably is the best 205er in the world. It's either him or Yuri. It's either him or Yuri, I think, which is a fight I'd love to see.
I think it's going to depend on what Santos does. If Santos gets reckless, like some Kudalaba style stuff, he's going to knock out.
I just think the Santos we know and love is gone.
Well, I mean, I think so too.
I don't think he has looked so timid his last 3 fights, from the Teixeira fight, the Walker fight, and the Rakic fight. He does not look like the same person. I mean, he's gun shy. He doesn't throw those big fucking kicks. He fought that fight with John, gave his all, gave both his knees, should have won the fight. It was fucking, razor thin margin. And I think that was it. I think he shot his load right there, and he's kind of...
Is this Ankalaev's first 5-rounder? So he has 5 rounds to knock him out?
I think so.
Because when he fought Volkan Ozdemir, it was 3 rounds, right?
Right. Yeah, I think it's his first main event. I don't think that's going to factor into it.
No, I'm just saying, because I want to know...
I don't think it goes 3.
If it's a finish or not.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go even to the... I think I would go under 2.5 in this fight.
Yeah, I'm going Ankalaev. I'm all over that side.
Yeah, no dissension in the rings.
Santos in my DraftKings.
No, I'm not. And I think we're probably going to see this the same way too.
Oh, Song Yadong's knocking him out.
Now, but we have Moraes early.
That is true.
Marlon Moraes.
He beat Dvalishvili, is still in my opinion. Dvalishvili was not the fucking...
Marlon Moraes is dangerous early. Song Yadong has to, survive that initial flurry, and then he can, the gas. We all know the gas tank of Marlon Moraes. Every one of his fights, he's winning early, and then round 2, late first round, whatever it may be, he gets fucking knocked out unconscious. He has been working over in Tiger Muay Thai. He's been over there and changed up his training a little bit, so who knows how that's going to affect him. Yeah. I think Song Yadong gets this done. The pride and joy of China in my book. I think he's the best Chinese fighter there is, and I think. I
think Song Yadong knocks.
He's working at alpha male. If he can just put some grappling into Moraes. I mean, Marlon Moraes was this close to beating Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
He was beating Cejudo's ass, and then he just falls off that cliff. Mm-hmm. So again, early in the fight, Moraes is. If you like Marlon Moraes, I would sprinkle in a round 1 Marlon Moraes win.
Yeah. I mean, he's worth playing in DraftKings because that one.
Yep.
That
he definitely is. He's a perfect.
But I think Song
Yadong gets it done too.
Got
Bruce
Caceres. How
Leroy.
many's he won in a row?
Five.
5, 6?
5 right there for sure.
Yeah, that's 5.
Against
Super
Youssef.
Sadiq, another solid fighter. I think Youssef gets this fight done though. His only loss was a tight fight to Arlen Allen, who was a close decision. Could have went either way.
Caceres has beat a lot of those bottom end guys.
Yeah, he's
too.
been a lot of the
Chase Pooper.
Yeah,
Hooper,
Tony's favorite fighter.
Peterson.
Austin
Kroom. Did he
Springer.
beat Kroom?
Yeah, he did beat Kroom. That was a good fight.
Yeah, he beat Kroom.
That
Who did he
was
just
a good
recently
fight.
beat?
Sung
Woo Choi. Okay. Man,
that was recently too.
Yeah.
4 months
I
ago.
like Sadiq Youssef in this
and
fight.
Youssef lost. Who was his last loss?
Arlen Allen. The
Okay,
decision.
that's not bad.
That's a tight fight. They were co-main in one of those cards. Yeah, I think this fight's gonna go the distance.
Yeah.
It's gonna be mostly point fighting. Fighting at
Yeah.
distance fight, and I think Sadiq Youssef gets this
That
done.
might be a good 3-leg right there. Song Yadong, Youssef, and Ankalaev.
Yeah,
Might be a good 3-leg.
I would like to lay that down.
Yeah.
This might be the toughest one to call next.
Yeah, this is a pick 'em for sure.
So
I
we
don't
got
know what you're
Korean
gonna get with
Robertson.
either
Yeah,
of
because we
those
got
guys.
Khalil Roundtree versus Carl Roberson, two guys that could look great one time they come out, and then the next time
I
they've
mean,
never seen a fucking
It's
cage
not
in their
going
life.
the distance, I don't think.
It can. I can see these guys taking pictures, staring at each other.
Yeah.
Again, Khalil Roundtree could look very passive sometimes. Now, when Khalil Roundtree is turned up and in,
Yeah.
he is a bad boy.
He had that nice leg kick finish last fight.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Bukowski's on the bleak kick, and he also fucking beat the shit out of Eric Anders.
Yeah.
Now, is Robertson coming up for the first time? I know he's fought a lot at middleweight. This fight's at light heavyweight,
Yeah, I don't know. This may be his first thing. Brendan Allen. Where do you fight Brendan Allen at?
probably middleweight. I'm guessing. Yeah, Vittori.
Vittori.
So I think it's his first time coming up. So maybe the weight cut makes a difference. I'm gonna give the edge to Khalil Roundtree because I love that guy when his stand-up's on. His Muay Thai is fucking sharp.
Yeah.
He trains out there in Phuket too. So I'm gonna go with Khalil Roundtree by decision. I think that's gonna go to the distance actually.
Drew Dober, Terrence McKinney.
That's a good fight.
I'm not too sure to call this a good fight. Terrence McKinney coming up on short notice. This fought like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be who's Dober supposed to fight? It just
Oh.
got canceled like last week, or like during this week this past.
Well, that would be on the back page.
Front page.
Right?
Yeah.
Right here,
Ricky Glenn.
Ricky Glenn.
Yeah.
Not the best trade-off for Drew Dober. He's got a tougher
that's a
contact.
tougher fight.
But we know Terrence McKinney, right? He is boom or bust. He's going to get that fight done in a round and a half. He's going to come at you hard. He got that big sub victory over Faraz Ziam versus Dober, who's been in there with the best. He went toe-to-toe with Islam.
Dober scraps too. Yeah.
And Islam got him late with a sub late
Terrence
in that
McKinney's
fight.
been looking good though.
I don't know, guys.
But he
23
kinda,
and
like-
11, now coming off of 2 losses.
But versus the guys he's fighting, though.
Yeah.
Islam, he lost to Makhachev, and who he just lost the other losses to? Brad
Yeah,
Riddell. I
who's
mean,
good
those
too, yeah.
those are two top of the food chain fighters versus a guy who's fighting.
Ziam and
No,
Pervola.
again, I think I would like Terrence McKinney early. I think he's definitely a guy you play in DraftKings because he can be a big boom scorer. But I just think this is a big step up in competition for him on short notice versus a guy there's nothing that Terrence McKinney is going to do that Drew Dober hasn't seen.
Well, Dober's he's the favorite. Minus
Yeah.
225.
Well, yeah, again, McKinney just fought.
Yeah.
He just fought 2 weeks ago. He has to make that cut again.
Yeah, Dober's he's a scrapper, man.
I'll tell you what, if Terrence McKinney does come in and get this fight done, he is for real.
Yeah.
Because again, Dober is a pro. He's kind of like the gatekeeper status, right? He's on that
Yeah.
cusp of the top 15, and so I think Dober gets it done though.
Okay, here's a good fight.
Oh,
First fight of
How
the main
long?
card.
under 1.5 for sure,
Under
right?
one.
Bruno
1.5.
Silva, Alex
Somebody's
Pereira.
going
Alex
out.
Pereira versus Bruno Silva, two fucking headhunters, two guys that don't
God.
like to get paid by the hour.
Yeah, and this is the guy that beat Izzy.
Yeah, Pereira, the guy they want to win real bad. Again, the kickboxer knocked out Izzy Adesanya in a kickboxing match.
He's a
He's
slight
6'4",
favorite.
80-inch reach. 6 foot.
He's giant.
74.
Fucking striking is lethal. Fucking knocked out my boy Michaelitis, the Greek Spartan
But
earlier.
Silva knocks people out too, though.
Yeah, but I just don't think his striking is going to be on Pereira's level. And Pereira works his grappling
Yeah.
with Glover.
Knocked
He
out
trains
Turd
with-
Man.
Knocked
Yeah.
out Turd Man.
Yeah, that's a
Knocked
free.
out the Beverly Hills Ninja.
That's a free square.
So
Man.
He was losing to who was it?
Silva?
Yeah,
It was to Jordan Wright.
No, what's the other one? Was it Sanchez?
Sanchez.
Sanchez was grappling the whole fight.
Okay.
I mean, Silva's got himself a puncher's chance for sure. He's got good power in his hands, but I just don't. His best path to victory is going to grapple him. Do you think he's going to do it? I mean, Pereira showed some grappling vulnerabilities against Michael
Yeah.
for sure, but you're going to have to commit to that. And I think he tries to stand there.
I mean, I haven't seen much of it from Silva other than him getting wrestle fucked by Sanchez.
Exactly. He wants to fight standing tall. And if you stand up with fucking Pereira, again, he knocked Izzy Adesanya out.
Yeah.
Stand up fight. So I think Pereira gets that done.
let's
Probably
lean
first round
Pereira.
knockout.
Semmelsberger.
Anyway,
Prelim.
Fletcher. I don't know much about Fletcher.
I know a lot about Matthew Smellsberger, and I think this motherfucker's a monster.
Who, the other guy?
No, Smellsberger.
Yeah, I think Smellsberger's way underrated. Semi the Jedi?
Oh, I think his name's about to be really big after this fight because I think he's going to have a highlight knockout. I think this is
Well, he's the
Contender
underdog.
Series debut. This is a classic, although he's not a favorite, so
No,
that's
he
a
is
good
the
thing.
favorite.
No, I'm talking about Fletcher. Usually these fucking Contender Series guys come in their favorite.
Yeah.
I think Smellsberger's a guy who can stand and bang with the best of them. Fucking went toe-to-toe with Chaos, traded with him, and didn't go out. That's his loss up there. Has knocked out everybody else quick.
Semmelsberger.
I like Smellsberger, early knockout.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling. J.J. Aldrich and
Armbar
Jillian
from
Robertson.
guard.
Yeah, I mean, if this, like you were saying, we were talking about this earlier, if the J.J. Aldrich takes it down to the ground, she's going to get subbed.
Where she wants to take it.
Yeah.
She wants
Can
to grapple.
Jillian take her down if she wants to?
Maybe. Jillian, what, the most submissions in flyweight history?
Yeah.
Right? With like 8 or 9 of them. One of the best submission grapplers in that division. This fight is going to happen mostly on the floor. I got to think she gets
I
one.
think
before
she'll get her down.
yeah. Or JJ takes her down and then she gets in that guard and Jillian pulls something off. So Jillian's going to have her opportunity to have this fight happen where she wants it to happen. On the flip side, though, if Jillian cannot get that submission, I love Aldridge on DraftKings.
Yeah, because she's going to throw a lot of strikes and shit.
And it's going to be a lot of control time.
She
It's going to
keep
be
it
a lot of
standing,
wrestling.
too.
It's going to be a lot of wrestling to get down there. So if Jillian's just playing guard on her back
That one's a tough one.
and doesn't get those subs, that means Aldridge is going to be scoring a lot of points. But I think Jillian Robinson ends up getting that sub.
Trevor
right.
Jones.
Trevor Jones has
Basra.
to make weight.
Yeah, this is a fun fight. What's his name? Javid Basrat, right? For those of you who don't know, he just was on last season of the Contender Series. He's the guy that during the weigh-ins was fighting a fellow from Israel who said, "You silly, like you dirty terrorist" or some shit during the face-off, like something to his face, right? So he didn't do nothing. Like, he was all calm and collected. When they got in that fucking cage on Dana White's Contender Series, go back and watch it. He tortured that guy for 3 rounds. He ended it in round 3 with a submission choke. He could have stopped it about 3 or 4 times in that fight early on, but he wanted to make this fucking guy suffer. He was good standing, had great grappling. I think he is another one of these bantamweights that wants to fuck out. That division just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Versus Jones, who has knockout power for sure, but a similar opponent in Krakhmanov, the last guy he fought.
Yep.
Yeah, Krakhmanov. And I'm getting choked out late. I can see Javid giving the same type of pressure to him, wearing him down, and eventually getting a late sub.
Trevor could pull the upset too, though.
Yeah, he's tall. He's got power in his hands.
Yeah.
And he's a Contender Series guy. This is the upset I'm picking.
Damon
Jackson.
Jackson.
This is my upset of the night, y'all.
Kirk.
Lock
Megamind.
this in. Damon Jackson, the Leech versus Kumela Hawaiian Kirk. They call him the Hawaiian Conor McGregor.
Do they?
Yeah. Kumela Kirk made his debut.
Huh. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Yeah. Maybe
So he's going to lose a lot. in a row.
Yeah. His legs
He's
gonna
going to get subbed.
His leg's gonna fall off, and I think he's gonna get subbed. Kumela Kirk fought his debut against Makwan Americani. Came out, he lost the Contender Series to Billy Q, and Makwan Americani, infamous for not having cardio, went the distance with him. Was a close decision, and had 5 takedowns all in round 2. Actually, I was looking deep in the stats because when I saw that Damon Jackson was following Kirk, I was like, let me look at Kirk's
And this
defensive
is at
grappling.
featherweight too.
Damon Jackson, a great grappler, fucking wrestle fuck Mirsad Bektik.
And Jackson's a big featherweight.
Yeah, he's
a
really,
big
really
featherweight.
big. Only lost it to Elliot Tapura, which is not a slouch of a loss. Otherwise, he probably have 4 straight wins.
Yeah.
I think Damon Jackson controls this match at the very least. It's a fucking grapple fuck win, but I think he probably gets a sub in like the second, third round.
Yeah. I'm on Damon Jackson underdog.
All right. Mazo, Maverick.
Maverick stepping in short notice.
If Maverick does not win this fight, is she done?
No,
You think she keeps
because
going?
I think she's been in the bad on the wrong side of some tough decisions.
Yeah.
It's not like she's looked bad in her fights.
Definitely the one against Macy Barber.
And what was the last one too? Who
What
she
was
just
the
fight?
last one?
Oh, the last one was what's that fucking laid on her bitch, Blanfield.
Oh, Blanchfield laid on her. Yeah.
Just laid on her for 3 rounds. She's gonna beat Mazda. Mazda wants to keep this standing. Doesn't have fucking really good fight IQ. Should be able to keep every woman she wants at distance with her reach, but she doesn't. And I think Maverick's gonna get inside, be more aggressive, and she's gonna. I don't
take
know
her
if she
down,
finishes
probably.
it. I don't know if she finishes it, but I think she gets the win.
Yeah. All right, so now we get to Cody Brundage.
And
He's another
champion?
contender series, yeah.
Yeah, he lost his first fight though.
Yeah. And then Dolce.
Match him up, which is not that bad. Whereas Dolce is definitely gonna be a different challenge than fucking Nick Maximoff.
Is it Dolce that's the judo ace, or is it? I always get him and
Tafan?
not Tafan. Who's the one that Al Hassan? One of them's a
El
judo
Hassan
guy.
was a judo guy.
Okay.
Dolce's big power puncher. Who did he just lose to? The Turtle, was it? No, Barrio by the Barrio pushed him against the cage for 3 rounds. I remember that fight now. I want to lean Dolce in this fight. But again, Brundage struggled against Nick Maximoff, who tried to take him down like 30 times. Like some ridiculous takedown attempts in that fight.
It'll be a different style.
It's
This
a
is gonna be on
way
the feet.
different challenge. It's going to be on the feet. I just think that Dolce has the power in his hands to fucking put him out, and I think he gets it done.
He's a lot shorter.
He's stronger, though. He is fucking... No, Dolce's
His reach
bigger.
is his reach
Dolce's
longer?
not longer.
Reach 76.
Shorter but longer
Somehow
reach.
Has the longer reach.
Got the wide back.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to fucking put it on him.
All right, let's see. Got 2
All right.
more to
I'm
go.
calling another
here.
dog. I'm calling another dog.
Chris
in this one.
Moutinho with a full camp.
I'm going Guido
I'm going
Canetti.
Guido too.
I'm going Guido Canetti. Who did Guido... He fought close his last. Mana? Yeah,
Mana
Mana Martinez. The
Martinez.
close split decision.
Back draw.
All we
Marlon
know about
Vera.
Chris Moutinho is he can take a punch.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. He
We
didn't
didn't
do
see,
anything.
like, what if Guido's got good leg kicks and shit. What if he
Guido's
grapples him,
well
you know?
rounded. He's old. I mean, he's 42 years old at
Yeah.
135 is awesome. But he looked good against Mana Martinez, who looked solid against Ronnie Lawrence that last
Yeah.
fight. I think that Guido wins this fight by this. I don't think he's gonna finish fucking Moutinho.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible because fucking
Not after what he took from Sugar.
that was a mercy finish by Herb Dean in that fight. But I think Guido gets a decision winner here. I think he wins. Again, Moutinho disappears. He's 9-5.
Yeah. He's getting a shot just for his beating.
Just for taking that beating. That's his payback. Tafan Chewy and the professional Murhak.
This is the guy they really wanted, right? Azamat? He's the
Yeah.
Contender Series guy.
Yeah, he does. No, don't be fooled by that OV. This guy does not like to wrestle all that much.
He likes to punch.
Yeah, he likes to stand there and throw some heavy things. Whereas Stefan, who everyone tells me he has big power, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
He's got decision against Mike. Decision, and he had Pickett some hard shots in that Pickett fight. I remember that. I think Muraskanov gets this done. It's gonna be very similar to the Turtle fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very similar to the Iron Turtle fight.
All right, let's look at our what do we think our lock of the night for main card.
Oh, it's fucking Ankalaev.
It's Ankalaev for sure.
Ankalaev, lock it in.
All right. And then, well, I guess
No
that'll
debate.
be-
There's no debate in that
No,
one.
there's no. Yeah.
That's going to be UFC Fight Night Vegas 50
This might look worse than Islam and Bobby Green.
next Saturday.
I don't know about that.
Ankalaev's not as fucking nice as Islam is.
All right, let's go into
Islam shows mercy.
news of the week. Oh, here's the
Okay.
Zhang
I'm in.
Weili rematch for Joanna.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's see what Joanna's been doing.
What did fucking Colby call Joanna?
Wasn't it? He wanted Masvidal's pet.
Yeah, something like
That
that.
was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
No, he called her something this week
Oh.
about being broke on her or some shit like that.
Well, Joanna's been out for almost 2
Since
years.
that fight. I mean, her
Yeah,
fucking,
she hasn't
it
fought
took that
since
long
then.
for her head to stop swelling.
Right.
She's fucking like Frankenberry.
She went and got, some assets.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right?
I don't
She's
know
been
if
modeling a lot.
I don't think Joanna wins this fight. She hasn't been
No,
in
I
the
don't
ring
think
for
so.
2
I think
years.
she was starting to fall off a little bit, actually, as well.
I don't know, her last fight, she looked fucking amazing. That was a tight fight, man. She lost to Rose and she lost to Valentina, and then she lost to Weili in a fucking nail biter. So how you say fall off? Those are, that's the cream of the crop,
I don't know.
And not like she's getting us fucking destroyed in those fights either. She was right there with fucking Valentina. Valentina won that fight, obviously, but if you compare her to any one of Valentina's other title fights, like Joanna was right neck and neck with for that
We'll see
fight.
what happens with Weili, how she handles this adversity. 2 losses in a row.
Yeah, I mean that last one, he got robbed too. I mean, Joanna knows how to fight. I don't think the layoff's going to be that big of a deal. Yeah. And she's still working. She's still training that top team. She's still seeing the best partners and all that shit, too.
Yeah. Let's move on. Charles Oliveira, Gaethje official for 274.
Sign me up. This is going to be interesting, man. We all know Charles Oliveira is going to get dropped.
Yeah,
he's going to get it. When is he not going to get back up? It's going to happen. And I fucking have this feeling in my gut that it's going to be Conor McGregor that does it.
I kind of hope not.
If he fights Conor McGregor,
can you imagine?
You know I want Justin Gaethje is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I want Justin Gaethje to win this fight. Charles Oliveira has won me over. I've doubted him. I don't think he's bad, but he does
but
get
you can
hit.
imagine, like, Conor comes back. He's been getting his ass beat. He gets an automatic title shot, and then he wins.
Yeah.
You'll never hear
That's
the end
Conor
of that shit from
McGregor.
Conor. That'd be so
That's
annoying.
Conor McGregor's career.
It's insane.
That's pretty much Conor's career, even on the rise. Like, he shouldn't have fought Chad Mendez for that fight. Oh, why should he?
Yeah.
Wait, he should never got that light, or Eddie Alvarez. I mean, right? Was Eddie Alvarez? Eddie Alvarez. He beat Mendez for the feather, whatever, in the featherweight fight. But no, he should never got that lightweight title fight. He never deserved it. That's Conor McGregor, and Charles Oliveira gets hit. So if it's not Justin Gaethje that ends it, if he fights fucking Conor McGregor next, that might be the perfect fight for Conor to get a fucking championship win. And the fucking internet is going to explode.
Yeah.
MMA Twitter is going to be so fucking pissed. Oh, I kind of want it to happen. I choose.
Well, I think
violence.
it'll make things exciting if he does win, but it's going to be Conor.
Yeah.
And then he retires, he leaves.
We didn't talk about it, but Colby called out. Oh, well, I guess we did mention it. Calls out Poirier.
Dude, I have no interest
after
in
the
this
fight. And Poirier was like, you suck, basically.
Maybe fight a welterweight contender.
It's kind of like weird how Dustin doesn't want to fight Colby.
Yeah, Colby will do him probably just as bad as he did Masvidal.
That sounds like pretty weak, though, the fact that he's like, oh, if I fight him, I'll go to jail. I don't want to fight him in UFC. That's like, does not sound...
I mean, I think it'd be a close fight, but I think Dustin pulls it out.
Do you think Dustin beats Colby?
Yeah.
No way, Jody.
I think so.
No way.
I don't think so,
No
man.
way, dude.
I think Colby's calling that fight out for the very specific reason that he's way bigger.
Colby will get the rear naked choke.
He is way
Colby
bigger than
will get
Dustin
it.
Poirier.
Yeah.
Like, Colby's way bigger than Dustin. Dustin's a featherweight, right?
Yeah.
And Colby's calling that fight out because it's going to sell. He can push his career one fight further because he gets to win against Poirier. It's a big money fight, and he gets at least one more big fight, one more big payday.
He's trained with Poirier. He's probably sparred Poirier plenty of times.
Right. Poirier's smaller than Masvidal.
Yeah.
And fucking Colby was noticeably bigger than Masvidal.
He'll do the same thing. He'll just push the pace, push him back in the cage, take him down. He'll choke
There's
him.
a reason that, like, Kamaru struggles with Colby.
Yeah.
Because he's big. Like, he can't just throw him around like he throws everybody else around. I mean, I'll like to see the fight. I mean, I would like to see Justin could fight from his back better than George can. So that's another a wrinkle in that game.
Can he, though?
Yeah, he's like a jiu-jitsu black belt.
I don't know. Jorge didn't get subbed.
Yeah, but he didn't attack either. He defended. I'm talking about Poirier could throw some shit from his fucking back that he had to worry about. The Colby doesn't have to worry about with Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal's not going to throw up no fucking triangles or arm bars. He's not going to throw any of that shit up there. He's not going to try to do a fucking omoplata sweep. You might see that shit from Dustin.
Maybe.
Like, you're comparing Dustin's grappling to, like, Khabib and Carlos Oliveira. No.
Colby's wrestling will be too good for him.
But again, the fights on the floor, he can do some shit. I'm saying I think Colby wins the fight. But Dustin has a different challenge than Jorge Masvidal. It's a different fight altogether.
I think it's end result's the same, though.
I mean, Colby by decision.
If he doesn't rear naked choke him, that's Dustin's kryptonite.
Yeah, but Colby can't rear naked choke. We saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
He
tries to do it from that angle.
He doesn't know how to do it right. Exactly, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He had it in at one point.
And then Jody goes and lays the bet, and Dustin wins, and Jody cashes his huge
hey, I hope so. I hope does happen.
All right, let's keep rolling.
Man,
Dana White says
Number
Burns
2
comes out,
contender.
makes sense for contender. From number 11 to contender.
He's number one. Like, he's the best fighter in the world. He's gonna fucking run through Gilbert Burns.
Is Usman gonna fight Edwards?
That's what everyone says. It hasn't been written, but I think it's fucking. I think that's pretty much inevitable.
Yeah, I think he's gonna smash.
The ones that I would only have an argument is Bilal and Luque, because they're fighting each other. The winner of that fight has a good argument to get a shot at Kamaru Usman. But if Khamzat Chimaev runs through Gilbert Burns, like does what he did to Jingling, whatever the fuck his name is, It's
Do you
time.
think he can sub Burns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a fucking monster. He's so much bigger than those people. He's fucking. He does nothing but train. He's fucking ignites this cool bromance with fucking Darren Till. They're fucking wearing their fucking sweatsuits and they're cage side yesterday.
I show
Hilarious.
you smash, you show me hands.
Man.
It's like, what's going on?
Darren Till even said this fucking guy is a different creature. Like training with him, that's why he loves him so much. He brings the best out of him. Goes so hard. He's nonstop. This is not a hype train. This guy came up a hard life, man. You grew up in fucking Chechnya. It's a different breed of human being. He's ready to go. I think he's gonna run. Gilbert Burns is small too.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns is real small for. He's the lightweight.
He could be a lightweight. Yeah.
Did he ever fight at fucking feather?
No, he just fought lightweight
His
for
brother?
a bit, and then he lost. Yeah.
It was his
Herbert
brother.
does.
Okay, his brother does. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, but man,
Yeah.
he's small.
Number one contender because the Usman is expected to defend against Edwards this summer.
Okay.
Again, Gilbert Burns, the two best wins are Wonder Boy and Woodley, and neither one of those have aged really well.
This is a great card.
Yeah, that's this card coming up, 273.
Chris
Yeah.
Curtis, Draxus Duplessis is a fun fight.
Yeah, that is.
Holy shit.
Rose Instructor Burrow.
Weeks is a good fight too.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the. Of course, got to fuck with fucking Mickey Gall. Oh, Gavin Tucker past Sabatini is a nice
Oh, that's a
matchup
good
too.
one, too.
Yeah, 274s looking live up there.
Volkov and Zombie.
273.
Or
273.
Volkanovski.
Yeah,
This is
273.
April 9th.
Yeah. Mark your
Yeah.
calendars, y'all. This is. Hopefully, nothing fucking happens. Nobody gets COVID. Nobody fucking.
You don't go through a nuclear
Jan,
We don't-
gets,
yeah.
Jan gets to leave Russia.
We don't. Yeah, we don't fucking. We don't deport all Russians from America. Hope that doesn't happen. Like all that shit. Hopefully, geopolitics don't fuck with this fucking
Yeah.
card. I want to see every one of those fights happen.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Apparently, Conor McGregor and Islam.
I love
go on a
the
Twitter
go back up.
rampage.
I love the juxtaposition of those pictures. That is so fucking hilarious. I bet you Conor's got a boner right there. You know, this is that weigh-in boner.
Yeah. Rubs that cocaine on it.
Yeah.
An easy fight for McGregor.
It's not where you're supposed to absorb it, Connor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get there. Lucky number 12.
So Conor says, "I'll fight that shit-stained Makachev, no sweat,
Makovich.
easy." Yeah, Makachev.
He should have said Makavich. Like, if you can't spell the word, just like say to something, I'll fight Makavich. That looks better.
Embarrassing ground and pound
The other night, in my opinion.
Pitiful punching, the Bottles, and then Bottles RDA fight after mouthing off. Embarrassing watch when I come back. Same as before. Anyone, any weight, anywhere. Game full of
Shit stains. That's. I mean, if cocaine could tweet, that's what it would say. Because Conor just
His
is.
run-on sentences are the
Man,
best.
man.
What is it? Jody, you got to read the other ones.
So he, I guess, also
Not a scratch, hugging and kissing, talking about.
thanks to the match it's that if that's me, there's holes left in their head like they've been smacked with a sock full of golf balls. Don't even know.
Conor's
where they
really big
are.
on his ground.
Caramel butter skin strikes again. I don't know
Am
what
I
that
the only
means.
one that sees this stuff for what it is, or what's the crack? Not a scratch, man. Embarrassing.
I mean, we all think that they kind of stopped that Bobby Green fight early. He was not like damaging him for sure, but he was in total control, whatever. So Conor has a point, but he's countering it up.
Right.
If Islam
Doing what he does
Makhachev is
best.
fighting Conor McGregor, he's not punching that lightly.
No.
It's going to be way more vicious. Islam might be better than Khabib. He might be better than Khabib is. It might be a tougher matchup.
I think
Or
his
he's
submission-
younger.
I think his submission threats are better. Than
Like, isn't he like young? Like almost has the same record as Khabib,
yeah.
and he's younger. It's like he's fucking
Like,
battle
that
tested.
fucking Kimura and all that shit he's got. He's good with that shit.
Man, he's more hunting some. He doesn't choke as much. He more attacks the arms
Yeah.
and just fucking goes for it. But again, Conor's keeping him name in the game. He's gonna get that fucking title shot against a man who likes to get hit. And even if he fucking fights Gaethje, another one, that's a good fight
He
for
could
him
beat
anyway.
Gaethje.
That's another fight
He
for
could
him
beat
too.
either of those two.
That's a good matchup for him either way.
Yeah.
And what's the next fight? He's already selling his next fight. So Conor McGregor's a fucking damn near billionaire for a fucking reason.
All right. Michelle Watterson is injured.
Oh,
I didn't know her career was still going.
She had a fight, I think. She was supposed to fight Hebos.
Has to withdraw from her upcoming Amanda Hebus fight
Yeah, you're right.
due to serious injury.
I mean, she's kind of like, a relic from the past, right? She had her moment. She's not, obviously, never going to make another shot at a title one. She got that main event. A couple main events, right? So I noticed one's against, Rodriguez and Hill, right?
Must be something like maybe knee injury or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
She had a great run. I think she's perfect if she wants to be in front of the fucking camera for UFC tonight. She's got the looks. She's got the personality.
Yeah.
She can always. I mean, I don't know what she wants to do. I know her big goal was to be the first
bare
mom
knuckle,
champion.
bitch.
I don't know.
See if she needs the money. Apparently they pay well, right? Yeah, I mean, her dream was to be the first mother champion, and fucking Juliana Pena took that. So, which actually was I shouldn't say it loud because she got feedback because of Amanda Nunes.
What's that?
Well, because Juliana Pena called herself the first mother / champion.
Yeah.
But Amanda Nunes is a mother.
Right.
But she didn't birth the baby. So there's a big drama about what's a real mom, what's this and that happened when Pena said that. So, which I get Pena's argument. Your body went through a dramatic fucking, fucking thing. I get that.
Right. No, my adopted son, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Well,
okay,
yes. no. Nina Nunes is the one that had the baby. So
right, but
her,
I'm just saying, like
from
a different standpoint.
Like she pulled up her stretch marks. Like, no, I did something.
Well, like
here,
like she's saying, Nunes' hormones they went through hell and back, and
just your body, man, gets destroyed, man. Your body gets fucking wrecked. So it's crazy to come back from that and win a world championship. You know, so it's like the craziest injury you can think of, and she comes back from it. So I think Watterson again. If your body's saying tap, you've had a great run, and you could do stuff in the sport still to make yourself relevant, to still be a part of it, and to fucking make money, because we all know it's what people want to do. You could be a fucking UFC ambassador. I'm sure Dana White would be all about that.
Right. I don't know if we talked on this last week. Cain Velasquez.
No, this all happened in between shows.
Did it? Yeah. Well, if you haven't heard, Cain Velasquez is
right
facing 20 years to life in prison for shooting a child molester that apparently molested his child of 4 years of age.
Allegedly.
This man he shot was out on bond or something for
same shit, right?
Yeah, the same thing.
And he's already out from this incident too.
Yeah.
So he was arrested for it, already out on it. All the stuff everything in here is allegedly. We don't know what really happened, but if what the stories are told happened to Cain's child being a father, I'm right there with him. I'd be in there, losing your mind. All these people saying that you can't have vigilante justice, you got a point.
Yeah.
But let your child be fucking attacked like that. Let your child be hurt, and you're not making the most rational decisions.
I don't see him getting 20 years.
I don't think he should. I mean, I get if he gets some kind of assault or something like that because he did what he did.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him for doing that.
It'll come down to the jury and what they want.
Do we know where this is taking place?
California. It's in like Bay Area, the Bay Area. I mean, he did what, and he's, he basically, look, we all love fucking Taken, right? Yeah. Everyone's all about that movie, right? He became Liam Neeson with a special set of skills in real life. Yeah. He fucking became Taken for real. And we all cheer that on. We always say, oh, if somebody ever hurt my children, I'd go nuts. He did it, and I don't blame the guy for it. I don't at all.
I mean, you get more details come out and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to hear
what does the stepdad play? The stepdad got shot in the arm of the offender.
Yeah, I mean, it was a car chase, so it seemed like he was trying to get his fucking stepson the hell out of there because he had a fucking former UFC champion heavyweight, one of the best of all time, ready to fucking strangle him.
I mean, he should at least probably get reckless endangerment, aggravated assault. But 20 years is just...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a jury's going to convict him on attempted murder. I don't think they can.
2 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Yeah, what is he... I don't know.
This is going to get pleaded down.
I mean, attempted murder. I mean, maybe he
do.
was going to murder that motherfucker.
Yeah. But then it's also temporary insanity, all that crazy shit, and then gray area and whatever.
I don't know. I say it's an eye for an eye at that point.
All right. No, absolutely. Again, I'm on the hashtag free Cains. I'm out there south of Derek Brunson giving the family money for legal fees, all the stuff that people are doing. I'm on that side. Love me, hate me, think I'm a fucking asshole for thinking that way. But again, I would do exactly what the fuck Cain Velasquez did in that situation, if not fucking more. Which I don't know what more he could have did.
Killed him.
Yeah.
Could have killed him. And that might have, honestly, for his case, been a better thing. Like, now you've got an injured person who can plead their case that, if this guy was going to kill me, that I was going to die. Yeah, that sounds worse than silence.
But here's also the thing, too. The more they try to run that angle, the more they're going to look into that daycare who's run by that guy's mom.
Yeah.
Who the other kids have reported that 100 times they've seen this guy bring kids into the bathroom. And so all that's going to come out too. So how much do they want to come out in court? So that's going to be another part of the whole plea that's going back and forth.
Right.
So Cain's definitely not going to go to jail for 20 years.
I don't think so.
But it would suck. You go 20 years to life, and that guy's still fucking alive when you could have got the same
And
thing for
out.
killing that motherfucker.
And not
Yeah.
in jail, All right, we got one more thing here. In the works for 275. Talia Santos,
Who else is there?
Shevchenko.
We were talking about this the other day when we were training. I think Valentina wins this fight, but I think Talia Santos pushes her. I think it's going to be competitive. It probably goes all 5. And I think that Talia gets some rounds. Like this can very well go into round 5, where round 5 is the deciding round, because she's big, she can fucking bang. I don't think, and Valentina might try to go the grappling route with it, but she's a fucking big girl to be throwing around.
I think you'll learn a lot in that first round or two. Shevchenko gets her down, wears on her stuff. She gets tired or something. Shevchenko's gonna beat the brakes off of her.
I think Valentina's should be the favorite, but I think it should be some reasonable, like minus 350.
I wonder what the odds are.
If they put her like minus 700, 800, and you give me like a plus 4 on Talia Santos, I might sprinkle a little bit on there.
Yeah.
We just saw Juliana Pena choke out Amanda Nunes. It happened. Talia Santos is no fucking slouch. Shevchenko struggled hitting Murphy.
Yeah.
Right? Murphy was able to fight her off for a little while, then she finally broke out late in that fight. Talia Santos is way better than Lauren Murphy. So
That's true.
This is, and then Jennifer Maia had her moments against her. So this is going to be a close fight. And I think it goes the distance, and Valentina probably gets like a 49, 46, 48, 47, decision. But depending on those odds, I might be laying some fucking money.
When
on
is
fucking
that?
Santos.
UFC 275?
75. So we're a couple.
May?
June 11th.
Probably won't have any odds.
Yeah,
for
they
that
probably
this
don't
year.
have odds yet out. That's going to be the Glover.
It is a nice
Jury
fight
fight.
though. It's good. It's good that they're able to find fights for it. 'Cause this is one I like to see.
You know, Oliveira's getting bet up on Gaethje.
Is he?
Money coming in on Oliveira.
They're either going to have Oliveira as like a plus 300 underdog against fucking Islam.
That's nuts.
That's disrespectful. You don't fucking put a fucking champion as an underdog, especially that big as an underdog. Like this guy earned his title,
Well, that wraps it up for this week of In the Guard. We'll be back next week to go over
Review the
Vegas
fucking
50
murder of Akhmalayev.
and
The murder of Santos.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then
The real fucking murder.
what's coming up after that?
There's looking like
Volkov, Aspinall.
UFC London.
Oh yeah, the London
UFC London
card.
cards coming.
Patty
That's
the
another
Batty.
one. Is that one still in? That was up in question if Volkov didn't get out of Russia.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, they in the post-fight presser,
Aspinall's the underdog. Give me that.
Yeah,
Give me that all day.
That's insane.
I mean, I know Volkov's fucking legit, but man, he's on the.
I think it's gonna be a range thing. Can Aspinall get in on him?
Aspinall's going to grapple him, I think.
So we'll see what happens. Dana was saying at the presser he expects there to be problems in London. Getting the London card together. So
And the stadium's
who
falling
knows
apart.
what
The roof
happens?
is falling off
Somebody
the stadium.
came in and said they would sub in. I think for Volkov. I don't remember who it was though. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
So
Vargas has stepped into it. Yeah, I'm all in on that card. Nice little afternoon cards.
Yeah,
Those are the best.
all right, we will see you next week. Like, subscribe, follow. In the Guard.
Later.